Well, as you can see, we've got a whole lot of pipes right there. I could be coy or I could be honest. I live in California and I have a California medical marijuana card which enables me to use my medicine as prescribed. What you see here in front of you is the, if there's 6 states in this country where that is now legal. So I have taken a hobby that I've had for a long time, as a lot of you already know from my last video. So many of you have ordered some of these pipes that I decided to make another video just featuring some of these. In fact, what you're looking at right here is in response to the orders that you guys have made out there. So now I'm going to get real specific on the cost because all these emails are killing me. If you come over here, pipes like these right here, these are what I call rough hewn. If you take a good look at that, you can see how it's kind of rough all the way around. Has a nice little mouthpiece on it. And then, can you see in that bowl? Can you see the center is the quality coming out? As you can see, you're not going to require a screen while using that pipe right there. Now, I have decided to call these pipes TerraKarma Pipes. Now, I'm not sure if that's a good idea or if it's a bad idea because the word karma is in there.
Oh, karma's good. Karma's good.
Karma's good if you're not me. So who knows? But what you have before here, I'm going to tell you just what these cost. These rough hewn pipes right here, I sell these for $10 an inch plus shipping. This one right here is about 3 inches, so that would be 30 bucks. All 3 of these, same length. That one's about 4 inches, so that's $4. This is a finished pipe.
You mean 40.
Or 40 bucks, yeah. This here is a finished pipe. It's not one I like very much, but it's one that seems to be getting ordered quite a bit. So here you go. It does take quite a bit of work to do that. So
it's nice and smooth, feels good in the hand, feels like butter in the hand.
And well, it's made out of marble, a limestone. A pipe like that right there goes for $15 an inch. That is a 4-inch pipe, so it's 4 times 15. That makes that a $60 pipe.
Now, explain the pipes that are broken in and the color difference.
Well, the pipes that you see that are broken in here, these are actually my personal pipes. This right here is what I refer to as a hobbit pipe. Actually, I'm not the one that came up with the idea. I made this pipe for one of my sisters. You guys are very familiar with this sister. I actually was cursed and had 6 of them doggone things floating around the house.
And my other sister is like even way more into fantasy stuff than I ever was.
But if you look at these, okay, these pipes right here, this is what the rock looks like when it starts out. The lighting is pretty crappy in here. You're going to need to roll around the other side.
It looked nice and white. We're getting...
But anyway, you see how they're darkening from use? Because what winds up happening, that darkening right there is from use. Because the oils, they come into the rock and they start to flow through the rock. So the more you use it, the darker it gets. And you can see that it's highly polished.
Very porous. So.
On the outside, it's like glass. I don't know if it's reflecting very well, but it's like glass on the outside of this particular style.
It gives it a cool mellow and a pattern.
This one here doesn't have that glass outer shell. It's very, very smooth, very, very finely worked down. I actually use a piece of steel with embedded diamonds to polish it down like that. But this hasn't been buffed on a buffing wheel deliberately because of the texture. It's easier to grip a hold of. This pipe right here is really easy to drop.
Sure.
And it's,
but it feels nice.
A pipe that's long and thin like that, probably put a stainless steel liner in it like this one has, and the reason is just to keep it more durable. I've had this for quite some time, and it is a rock. You can drop them, but when they're that thin, it's like a thin rock. Thin rocks break. But they're definitely more durable than is glass, without a doubt. Far more forgiving to abuse. Then there's a different kind of rock right here. I can't remember what this was, but I paid a fair bit of money for it, and it was an experiment. It was very difficult to work this rock right here because it has a tendency to flake and chip. But I used this rock right here to make another kind of pipe. Imagine this pipe right here, this long, with a second pipe over here on that side. It's a 2-person pipe. I made it specifically for my sister Colleen. It's her channel pipe. It's meant for 2 people to be on either end of it while you're doing your meditation and so forth.
One bowl in the middle, right?
Right, and you need to make sure you've got your medical card, because this needs to be legal, folks. I'm not interested in anything that's not. But anyway, there's single bowl, long pipe, 2 people get it at both ends, and it's a channeling pipe, but it's also pretty cool for date night. Doesn't suck, I'll tell you that. Only you do when you're smoking a pipe. And then there's another style here.
Oops.
This is a very popular style. This is an exaggeration. This pipe is actually 4.5 inches long here and 3 inches wide here. But I make them in varying size and curvature.
How much for one that size?
This right here would fall in the $15 an inch category.
Okay.
Because there's just 2 prices, $15 an inch for the finished pipes and $10 an inch for the rough-hewn pipes.
Okay. And then that one that has a lot more angular work to it, you go
Right.
15. Takes more time, obviously.
And then I also inlay. I'll inlay diamonds, any jewel that you want to send me. I'll inlay it
And that
into
brings
your pipe.
that brings us to my my line.
That's where I'm going with this, Jordan. What? I inlay things into these pipes. It's not real easy to do. You're not getting me in there, are you?
No.
Because I've got a bad cold, and I have not even bothered to make myself.
Describe the granite that these pipes are sitting on.
It's just a granite. There's many different kinds of granite.
It's a beautiful granite. It's actually in my home on my countertops.
Granite is $25 an inch.
Look at
Because
all
in
these
order
colors.
to work at granite, you have to have about $7,000 worth of tools. It's really expensive to work granite, so therefore I usually only use marbles and limestones.
But this particular species of granite has a lot of greens and blues in the granite, and of course, a granite is a kind of crystal, and those colors have a frequency that augment healing and things like that. And then also the orgone is what you see right there in the middle, which are going to be sliced up. He's going to slice them up, and then he's going to inlay them in my line of pipes. And my line of pipes are called Gaia Rose Love Pipes, because orgone it radiates at the love frequency, and it heals virtually everything known to man. It will heal diabetes. It will restore stroke victims to mobility. And it actually starts rolling back the time on your body clock, and you start growing younger.
All right, real quick for the legal disclaimer, me, Kevin, her brother, the guy that makes and sells these pipes, I'm not co-signing any bit of that.
That's on my site. People can study orgone on the internet. If they go to orgone-orgonite-supplier.com, everything you ever wanted to know about orgone and its healing abilities and its harmonic properties and how it's made and everything, how to make your own at home, or buy it from my friend who makes these particular resins that I have right there. But these resins will be sliced up, and they will be put into each and every pipe that is sold under the Gaia Rose Love Pipe brand name. And that's my brand name, but my brother is the artist that puts them together.
And my email address to make your orders is real easy to remember. It's my first name, Kevin, then an underscore, then the word inside out at hotmail.com. Inside out is rather significant, because inside out means you get the negative, nasty stuff that's in you out of you, and it makes you a better person. What you see in front of you is actually part of the orientation of my lifestyle around being a good and better human being. I do not approve of chemicals and drugs and things like that at all. I don't drink alcohol because I find it unnecessary. I don't care if other people do. But this right here has a lot of really good holistic qualities to it that are very beneficial. And with those pipes right there, the whole smoking experience is a lot more pleasurable, because when you're smoking out of stone versus virtually anything else, it's different. In my opinion, it's not only different, it's much smoother, because a lot of that nasty oil and vapors is absorbed by that rock as you're using it. And it doesn't get so doggone hot that you can't hold it.
Could you come demonstrate the pipe cleaner for benefit of this particular footage?
Sure. Say you got a rather well-used pipe like this one right here, and it's time to clean it out. Now, as you can see, you couldn't shove something up one of these pipes and try and clean it, because you can't get anything out of there. So you have to be able to get the goop that's going to build up in there out. And the way you do that take one of my pipe cleaners that I also make, the hand-carved handle, hammered out
I want you to
cleaning
slowly
head.
rotate that thing in the light. I'm going to zoom
Let me
in.
show this one. This one here is hammered out by hand. Starts out as a solid
don't move so
rod.
much. You're losing me. Okay.
Starts out as a solid rod.
Hold on. It's got to focus. You're moving too much. Hold on.
We're not pros at this, folks, but we don't even
Just
care.
rotate it slowly in the light so they can kind of get the shape of it and why it works the way that it does.
Well, here,
There you go.
Let me show.
Let me see the end of
It goes
it.
like this.
There you go.
Just take it, just put it in,
Give it a spin,
turn it
right?
like a bit of a corkscrew.
It scrapes
When
the
you pull
sides.
it out, all your goop will be right there and there. You
Just
just
wipe it
take
off.
just take a Kleenex, and what? Because it's so highly polished that it won't stick to it really well. Provided, of course, you clean it right when you're doing it. If you throw it away or set it
Let it
aside
harden on
and
there.
let it harden on there, it'll still clean, but it'll be a lot more difficult.
But
if you do it
alcohol,
right
does
away,
isopropyl alcohol does
Well,
a
that's
really
what-
good job of
Yeah, it
cleaning that
does.
stuff right off.
but that will also start to remove the buffing compound that's on the surface of these
Oh,
things.
really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So
I
don't
would
do that.
recommend you did not use a cleaner on it because there is actually a buffing compound on the outside.
Maybe
And if you were to remove that, it would rust.
maybe a gentle soap if they really did mess it up.
Yeah, gentle soap, or after you do clean it, spray it with Pledge or something like that.
Oh, like Pam?
Yeah.
Cooking fluid or something?
Well, I wouldn't suggest oil. The wax works really well.
Okay.
But that's that.
Okay.
So Kevin_InsideOut@hotmail.com to get these TerraKarma pipes. And once you have a TerraKarma pipe, your karma is your problem. But I will make it and ship it to you.